You know who I think is very interesting, and by the way, has the backing, is under McVay, Nate Scheelhaus, who's been getting a ton of interviews lately. I don't know if he's going to be a head coach this cycle. He's already taken multiple interviews, but I really hope the Lions interview this man. He's coached pretty much every position. The only negative, though, is he's only been in the NFL for 2 years with the Rams. He was with Iowa State for a while. I know the Lions just reached into Iowa State and picked up their one of their coaches to be their tight end coach for a little bit till he went back. But he's coached in college at least since 2016. Wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks. He's been a running game coordinator and a passing game coordinator. And then he was the passing coordinator for the Rams this past season, obviously with Puka and Devontae and Matthew Stafford. But Matthew expectedly, I mean, I think he should win MVP. So he's someone that is rising up very fast. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sean McVay said that guy is going to be a head coach. Like, and honestly, I know Sean's always going to advocate for his guys, but to kind of what you said, Justin, like, this guy's going out on a limb. I mean, for Nate Scheelhaus. And I watched a video the Rams put out where they did like a whole behind the scenes with Nate Scheelhaus. And it's interesting to see, like, he's the prep guy for all the passing schematics. And he's a very bright dude. So I really hope they bring him in for an interview, because if you don't get a head coaching gig, you could stay with the Rams, but Sean's going to call plays. You might as well. I mean, if you have an opportunity to go, coach essentially an offense with all this talent, I think it'd be an intriguing guy to kind of bring in. But that's a dude who I think has obviously the passing game experience, coach different positions. It would just be a little bit of a premature hire. He's only coached in the NFL for 2 years, but he's had a lot of success. So that's kind of the Davis Webb example I brought up last week. He only has 2 years. But a guy that organizations love. So we'll see what happens with Nate Scheelhaus.
I just learned that it's pronounced Scheelhaus, so that's really good for me.
Yeah, by the way, just
my big takeaway.
I had to make sure it was pronounced Scheelhaus. I was like, I'm going to butcher this.
How were you saying it before?
I was saying Scheelhaus.
I don't know.
Yep.
That's kind of badass.
I was pronouncing it the Rams bad.
Yeah, Scheelhaus just like crushes Steins and Bavarian pretzels. Scheelhaus.
Sounds way cooler, I might add. I mean, if you think Scheelhaus, that sounds like a
they called me Scheelhaus on Saturday nights at BC.
That's Kyle Meinke's preferred candidate.
This guy's
another McVay guy while we're on the subject. Maybe, how do you feel about Zach Robinson, the Falcons OC? Because I know he's available right now. Technically, they fired Raheem Morris.
Yep.
He's obviously coached Jared Goff before in LA. Their time overlap there. Quarterbacks coach. I think he's coached receivers too, if I'm not mistaken, or at least assistant wide receivers coach. Did a decent job with the Falcons offense the last couple seasons. Good and explosive plays, like the run game stuff with Bijan was pretty solid. Curious if I think he might be interviewing for maybe the Bucs job or another job that's out there, no seat vacancy. Curious if the Lions get in the mix there, but I don't think there's been much buzz about him yet.
Bucs are interviewing everyone, Colton.
Right. Yeah, they are.
I mean, everyone. I think they talked to
I'm not going to look there. I go there. You're in Tampa.
I don't know, man. Oklahoma State doesn't say Yale to me.
They're calling them up.
My question is, what's the thing? What's the difference between organizations announcing guys they interview and organizations that don't? Is there like a reason for that, or is it just a preference, or is there like? I kind of like the Bucs are like, hey guys, we just interviewed this dude. Like, I like how they're very upfront about it. I wish the Lions were. I know there's leaks and stuff, but
did the Lions do that with head coach candidates when Campbell was hired?
I think most teams do it with head coach candidates.
Yeah.
I think seeing it less with coordinators.
Yeah.
Is that like like Brad says, competitive disadvantage? I don't know. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Some secrecy. The Lions do try to keep things in house, so maybe that's part of it. But I'm not sure.
That was the best part of the Falcons announcing their candidates for president of football when everyone knew they were just hiring Matt Ryan.
They did that job.
And then they would be like, "Have you interviewed Matt Ryan to be Matt Ryan yet?"
Hey, look at old Jack says, "What's stopping us from interviewing Tanner Ekstrand?" I mean, he's got a point.
His current title.
You guys want the guy. We wanted the guy so bad. I mean, you can bring him back. Ended terribly with the Jets. That was terrible. That's a tough first gig, by the way. That's why, I think job selection, you got to be very sure in general. Because so what Ben did, hindsight, I do respect the hell out of it.